My name is Catherine. I'm an ACE certified personal trainer and owner of Fit Armadillo, the fitness company that lets you enjoy fitness at your place and your pace. And I'm here today because it is Tighten and Tone Tuesday. I've been getting a lot of really awesome fitness related questions from my fans and clients. And this week's video is going to address another fan question. It comes from Roxanne, who asked, how important is it to stay in the target zone when exercising? I love this question that Roxanne asks because it's a really common one, and it's also very timely given the fact that it's February and Heart Health Month. So I'm going to answer this question in two parts. Today I'll focus on her question in terms of the fat burning zone versus the fit zone or athletic zone that you might see in your gym or on a piece of cardio equipment. And then next week I'll look more into your personal target heart rate and how important it is to stay in that zone and how to find out what your zone is. When you visit your gym, you're likely going to see two different heart rate charts that talk about your target heart rate zone. The first one is a larger chart that you'll see in your fitness studio or on the wall around the gym, and it looks like this. All of this chart shows are different percentages that you would be at for different training levels. But there's another chart that we see on cardiovascular fitness equipment, and it not only has the percentages, but it also has labels for those different zones. If we look at these two charts, the first one doesn't really mean all that much. It just has numbers and percentages. But the second one has this thing called the fat burning zone. No matter what chart you have, if it's labeled with different zones, there will be one that says fat burning. The other higher intensity levels might have different names. And it can be really tempting if you are someone that wants to lose fat and wants to lose weight to only want to work in that fat burning zone, because after all, that's why you're on that machine in the first place, to burn fat and to lose weight. But I want you to not fall into this trap. The whole idea of the fat burning zone is really a myth. Now, like any myth, it's based on some grain of truth, and we'll look at that first, and then we'll see what you really want to do and what you want to be looking at if you're trying to lose weight. Okay, so how did this whole fat burning zone idea come about, and why is it still on our treadmills and our ellipticals and our bikes? The truth is, when you work out at a low intensity, a higher percentage of your calories that you're burning come from fat than they would if you're working out at a higher intensity. When you're exercising at a high intensity, your body uses carbohydrates or sugars as its main fuel. When you're working out at a lower intensity, more of those calories are coming from fat. There's the truth. So it is true that you burn a higher percentage of calories from fat when you're in that lower zone, and a lower percentage of calories from fat when you're in your higher zone. But you also burn a lot fewer calories overall when you're in the fat burning zone than when you're working at that higher intensity in the fit zone or your athletic zone on your treadmill. The other reason you want to work in that fit zone or in a higher intensity than just that fat burning zone is that as you become more fit, when you're sitting around, you actually burn more calories from fat versus from carbohydrates when you're sitting. Unless you're someone who's obese and sedentary, the time when you're burning the highest percentage of your calories from fat is actually when you're sleeping or when you're sitting down. Now, we all know that just sitting around is not going to allow us to lose weight because we don't burn many calories when we're sitting. The fat burning zone and the fit zone aren't based on the number of calories you're burning, they're based on where those calorie sources are coming from. And the other thing they don't account for is that if you have a really high intensity workout, not only are you training your body to use more calories from fat at other times during the day, but you're also increasing your metabolism and burning more calories after that workout event than you would if you're just doing a lower intensity level workout. Does this mean that you want to be in that high intensity, athletic target zone every single time you work out? You don't. What you really want to do is make sure you have a good mix, but what's really important, and I can't stress enough, is that you don't need to stay in the fat burn zone if you want to burn fat and lose weight, and you actually shouldn't stay there all the time. The more you work out in a higher heart rate zone, the more calories you'll burn overall, and the more calories you burn, the more weight you'll lose. And the more you train your heart to work out at that higher rate, the more calories you'll burn from fat when you're just sitting around after your workout versus what you would burn if you're just sitting around and you aren't leading an active lifestyle. For people that are obese, only 10% of the calories that they burn while sitting around come from fat. 90% come from the sugar that they eat, the carbohydrates that they eat. So in answering the question, how important is it to stay in your target heart rate zone for fat burn? The answer is not very important. What's really, really important is to just get up, start moving. Even if you're a beginner, you can even walk in 10-minute increments to get up to a 30-minute overall walking period during the day, and that can have a huge impact on your overall health and well-being. So now you know you don't need to stay in the fat burning zone to burn fat, and you really shouldn't. Of course, beginners should stay in the lower heart rate zone for a few weeks, but once you've been cleared and you're able to work out in those higher intensity zones, you should absolutely start challenging your body and increase your heart health. If you found this video helpful, I would love for you to share it and spread the word about target heart rate zones and the fact that the fat burning zone is really a myth and we can venture outside of it. Do you monitor your heart rate when you work out? I'd love to know. Leave me a comment in the space below this video and let me know your thoughts on target heart rates, fat burning zone versus fit zone, and whether or not you monitor your heart rate during your workouts. If you have a fitness related question, I'd love to hear yours and dedicate a future Tighten and Tone Tuesday video to your question. Valentine's Day is Friday, so don't forget to give a Valentine gift to the most important Valentine in your life, your heart. Make sure that you get a good cardiovascular workout in at least once this week and definitely on Friday to show your heart some love. I hope you have a great day, an awesome workout, and I want to thank you again for stopping by to watch this week's Tighten and Tone Tuesday video.